Hello, hello.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Musa. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning, Mrs. Nkambule.
I'm also fine, Mr. Musa.
Oh, good to hear, good to hear. Thank you, thank you. May I have a seat?
You may have a seat.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
It's nice seeing you.
It's good to see you too. I'm really happy to see you. Yeah. Remember, we agreed that today I should come back for the next visit.
Yes, I remember very well.
Is it still okay for us to have the visit today?
Very much okay.
Okay.
We've done the evening duties.
Good, good. Is Babe Nkambule, is he in?
Babel Kamala is in.
Okay, okay. Can you join us? It would be good if you can join us.
Okay, let me call him.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Musa.
Good morning. How are you, Mr. Nkambule?
Fine. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Yeah, remember we agreed that we should meet today?
Yeah.
Is it still okay for you today?
Yeah, it's okay.
That is very good. It's okay, it's very good. So, how have you been? Maggie?
I've been okay. I've been okay, just that at times I feel tired, the fatigue.
Okay. Yeah, that's fatigue. Sometimes it happens, but it's good to hear that you're fine. Have you had any danger signs?
No, I haven't.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good to hear. That's very good. Yeah, and you remember last time we talked about HIV and all? How is it? Were you able to go for the testing?
Yes, we did.
That's very good. Well done. I like this couple. This couple is very good. Good. All right. So today we shall be learning something again. We're going to go through another topic. And I'm glad that you are all here. And that's a good day. And I'll start by telling you a story. Is that okay? Okay. I'll tell you about the story about the Dlamini family.
Okay.
Mrs. Dlamini is out working in the fields. Mrs. Dlamini is 8 months pregnant. You can see in the picture here. She has never attended antenatal care. She sees her friends also pregnant going for their third antenatal care visit. The next morning, Mrs. Dlamini feels cramps in her abdomen, but she continues to work. In the early afternoon, she calls her husband and tells him that she thinks it's time for the baby to come. Mrs. Dlamini has been in labor for almost 24 hours. The traditional birth attendant has tried all her traditional practices, but the labor has not progressed and the baby has not come. Finally, Mrs. Dlamini's mother-in-law tells her son he should take Mrs. Dlamini to the health facility. Mr. Dlamini urgently calls his friends to lend him money to pay a driver to transport Mrs. Dlamini to the health facility. But the driver was far away working in the fields. By the time Mr. Dlamini is able to find him, several hours have passed. They start the long ride to the health facility, but Mrs. Dlamini is in a lot of pain. Once they arrive at the health facility, they find a long line of people waiting. Mrs. Dlamini and her family sit down in the waiting area. They do not find a nurse. They do not tell what happened. Mrs. Dlamini waits for more than an hour in the line. In the maternity ward, the nurse gives Mrs. Lamini medicine to make the baby calm. But sadly, when the baby comes, it is still born. Mrs. Lamini and Mr. Lamini know that they waited much too long before coming for help. After this, Mrs. Lamini became sad and depressed. But within a few months, she was pregnant again. She was worried as she still felt too weak and was scared of losing another pregnancy. That's the end of the story. So what practices have you seen in this story?
Okay. So this story, shortly I can say that they are disorganized. There was no money for transport, and even the mother was not going to the health facility just to check the man of the baby. They even, when they are just here, there was no money at all. Even the transport was far, it took long to go for the hospital. I think they were disorganized.
Okay. Anything so?
I think the mother didn't even know when the due date was, because if she knew she was going to go to the hospital, which led to a stillborn baby.
That's true. Yeah, the parents, so they were not planned for the pregnancy, and you could see there were a lot of challenges they faced trying to organize at the last minute. Yeah. Do these things happen in your community?
Yes, they do.
Okay. What about in this household? How is it? How is the situation?
And this house as well.
Is everything is okay? Okay. Is there any lesson that you can learn from this story?
Yeah, it really is. I think it is so much important to keep money for the baby, even to remind my woman to go to the health facility. Yes.
Okay, good. That's a good lesson. Okay. I'll tell you another story about the Masego family. Okay? The RHM visited the Masego family in their home. She had talked to Mrs. Masego about preparing for the birth of their child. Can you see them there?
Yes.
Mr. Masego thought it was a very good idea to save money and to make a plan. He wanted Mrs. Masego to be strong and for them to have a healthy baby. The RHM talks more about the plan for the birth. She explained that there will be a public gathering to talk about organizing transport to assist all pregnant women and their families when they need to go to the health facility. They would also discuss going to a maternity waiting home before the birth. The leaders called the meeting and everyone came. There were men with horse carts, and there was also a man in the nearby village that came with a car. At the meeting, they chose drivers who would be available and agreed on the price. The RHM had explained to Mr. and Mrs. Masego that it's very important for the mother and the baby to stay clean during the delivery. If anything is dirty, then the mother and baby can get an infection, which is very dangerous. Because Mr. Masego had saved some money, he was ready to buy these very important supplies to be ready for the birth. You see the supplies? Mr. Masego went to speak with one driver because he knew the time was near for Mrs. Masego to have the baby. When that day came, the driver came immediately and the family headed straight to the health facility along with the RHM and her chosen birth supporter. When they got to the clinic, even though there was a long line of people waiting, the RHM went straight in to find the midwife. Mrs. Masego was taken right away to the maternity ward. The health facility nurse took the supplies that Mr. Masego had bought and washed her hands with soap and clean water. She put all of the things the family had bought close by to use, especially for Mrs. Masego and her baby. Mrs. Masego was very happy and a proud mother and welcomed her new baby boy. The men greeted Mr. Masego and congratulated him on his good planning and a healthy son. The RHM reminds Mrs. Masego and Mr. Masego about returning to the facility after the birth to discuss how to avoid getting pregnant again too soon. Mrs. Masego understood she needs time to recuperate. This baby needs time to grow. The nurse tells Mrs. Masego that she should not get pregnant again for at least 2 years and explains different family planning methods, including long-acting like implants and injections and the coil, short-acting like pills and condoms, and even permanent options like the vasectomy and female sterilization. So that's the end of the second story. What practices did you see in this story?
I've seen that good bed planning is very important during the pregnancy period up until delivery.
Good.
Yeah, to this point, I think that they are organized. In terms of transport, they have saved money for the baby, and even this thing can protect the baby. It sounds well, that's good. I think that's a good thing they've done to the family.
Yeah, his family was very organized. If you compare with the other family of the Ghanaians, the Masego family, they had everything. They were ready when the time of the birth came, and they even had the baby delivered well.
Yes.
Okay. Does this happen in your community?
Yes, it does.
It does. Okay. Okay. How about in this household? How is it?
In this household, this will apply with it.
Wow. That's very good. That's good. I'm really glad. I'm really glad to hear. Okay. So where is our household handbook? Where is your household handbook?
Oh, then we're going to reach it. Excuse me.
Thank you. Yeah, so today we're going to look at, this is my third visit, so we're going to look at the birth plan. We've been discussing that, okay? So I wanted to find out from you, have you developed your birth plan?
Yes. We have,
Okay. What have you prepared in the plan?
we have saved money and we've trying to buy some flu supplies.
Okay, that's good, that's good. So, well done. I'm going to tick here to show that you have your birth plan in place, and I'm really proud of you for doing that. That's really very good. Okay. And have you prepared transport, emergency transport in case of emergency?
Yeah, we've done that. I've talked to one of the neighbors. both got a car.
Okay.
So he's a taxman. In terms of emergency, I can call him at any time.
Very good. That's very good. Very good. Well done. So we're also going to tick here to show that you have emergency transport.
Yes.
And the supplies, you said you've already bought the things for the child and also for Malby?
Yes.
Okay, great. That's good. Okay. Have you gone to antenatal care?
No, I haven't.
No, I have not gone for antenatal care. Is there any reason that makes it difficult for you to go for antenatal care?
Actually, yes, there is. The clinics are very far from where I stay, and I doesn't give me money to travel for my trips to the clinic.
Okay. Yeah, you remember we talked about antenatal care and how it's important. So what do you think we can be able to do to be able for so that you can be able to go for antenatal care?
Okay, well, it was this thing of Corona that have caused a headache to my mind. But now, for now, I will take that money which I've been saving for the baby. So that, because it's so important for you to go to the clinic so that you can make some checkups.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll take it then. I'll find some way out to generate it back again. So that I can save for the baby. Yeah.
Okay, that is good. No, that's very good. That is very good. So can we agree that you're going to take some of the money that you've saved and then you're going to try to replace it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So we're going to tick here and we're going to write here that we have agreed you're going to be able to go for antenatal care using some of the savings. All right. How about family planning? Have you agreed what method you're going to use after delivery?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we've planned to use the condom actually.
Okay, good. No, that's very good. That's good. So we're going to tick here to say that you agreed on your family planning method and you're going to use the condom.
Yes.
And also here that you've decided together.
Yes.
That is very good. Really proud of this one.
Thank you.
That's very good. Thank you. So that's it for the household handbook today. Make sure you keep that book and you can always refer to it to see what we have been discussing. Okay. So thank you. That's the end of what I wanted to discuss today. And since you're 6 months, I'll be visiting you again in 2 months. Is a Wednesday good for you?
Yeah, it is
Yes.
good.
So on the 28th of August, will that be okay for you?
That's perfect.
That's perfect. Will you be there, Babe?
Yeah, I'll be at home.
Great. Thank you so much for that. Thank you again for this time. And I'm really happy that you're following the discussions that we do. And we look forward to when you give back.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day and I'll see you again on the 28th.